Hey, this is Julio from the Black and the White, and I'm hanging out with Rob with Front Row Live. Hey, this is Julio from the Black and the White. Fuck. Keep that one. You should do like a bunch of edits and me fucking up and then the end of the episode. Hey, this is Julio from the Black and the White, and I'm hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
New EP just dropped not too long ago. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Cool, yeah. It's been a process. We've been trying to get this thing done for quite a bit. We've been through a lot of hardships, if you will. But yeah, it's finally out, 5 songs, and we're already working on the next thing. So,
dang, that's quick.
Yeah, well, we're just always writing, so we have like a backlog of music.
With this EP, you guys were performing a lot of the music before the EP was actually recorded, but I think you were also re-recording a couple of the songs a few times. What is it about the songs that you guys had to re-record them?
A couple different things. The song started a certain way, and then naturally, once you start playing the songs live, you start picking up on things that you should have done in the original recording. So we kind of incorporated more of the live energy that we've been doing at our live performances.
Right.
So we've just incorporated that and other little mishaps that forced us to kind of redo the songs, but that's a different story.
Now, is that something that you normally do, even with your previous projects? Is that something you normally did, where you would try and play the songs as much as possible just to see those little kinks before you actually hit the studio?
Yes and no. There's times where you just record the song and then you record it and you put it out and then you learn how to play it afterwards.
Yeah.
I think we benefit from playing the songs live for a while, because you kind of discover new parts and you kind of improvise and you do things like, oh man, I never thought I'd do that, and then you bring it into the recording, you know what I mean? Right.
Now with this 5-song EP, tell me about the production process of this. This is different from the stuff that you did before.
It's more about the live band. The first EP was very like electronic and less live instrumentation.
Right.
Since we started playing live quite a bit and the live part has become such a big part of the band, it's just a natural progression to bring that into the recordings. And yeah, everything's always drums and bass first kind of thing. So naturally it has a groove-oriented idea always.
Okay, and was this EP something that just the band worked on collectively? Did you guys bring a producer in to work with, or is this strictly?
We worked with a couple people. We worked with one producer by the name of Justin Kalp on our initial recordings of the song, and then we thought they were going to be like that, and then we kind of started playing them live, and then we realized we could add a lot more dimension to it, so then we brought a couple other producers to help us kind of bring that vision to life, And
can you tell me a little bit about each song individually, the process that went for each song as far as the recording goes?
Man, they all kind of started similar. Justin, like I said, Justin and I got together and just started jamming on stuff, and then we had initial ideas of what the songs could be, and then when I brought them to the band, then we, Cliff put his thing in and Mario did his thing, and then they kind of completely took on a totally different life. Pretty much every song on the album was kind of the same way. The last song, Start New, was almost like a demo that we always liked, and we just never really fleshed it out. And then at the very last second, before we had to submit the record, we decided to put it on the album because it was just a really great track. So that was a spur of the moment kind of thing.
Is there one specific song on this track or in this album that pretty much took the longest to create and probably almost didn't even make it on the record, besides this last one that you were talking about?
Probably didn't make the record. Torn Up was a little difficult. We recorded different versions of a song and different sections, and literally, that song was a little problematic. Yeah. But
funny how that's the one that radio picks up, right?
That's always the one, So, but yeah, we're glad that we got through it, and like I said, it was difficult for us. We had a lot of our equipment stolen. Sometime last year, all of our equipment stolen. So yeah, we've been through it all, but we're lucky that we're still together and moving forward.
Right. Now with Torn Up, obviously that's the song that the radio is liking and a lot of people are talking about, but is there any other song in this record that you feel stronger about?
Yeah, the opening track, "I Want You Back," it's my favorite track. I feel like that's the one that, if someone wants to hear a song, that's the song that I would play them. Just because it represents a lot. It represents the band very well.
Right.
Three of us as individuals, and also together as one. So.
Right. Now, you've experienced touring a lot with previous projects, and this project that you're doing now, you're basically starting over. So what has that been like for you, knowing that, you've toured the world with your previous stuff?
I think starting over is a really good thing for anybody. It's easy to get burnt out on things and relationships and music and everything. So for me, it was good to chill for a second and kind of, this band wasn't even supposed to really happen in the first place. It was just really messing around with people that I never really played music with, and then it started to make sense. I was like, oh, maybe I could do this again. You know what I mean? But it was never really a conscious decision to like start a new band or anything like that. It was just the music was like asking for it,
So what's next with the band right now? The EP's out. Any plans for a tour anytime soon?
Yeah, we have nothing that we could really talk about too much, but yeah, there's a couple things in store as far as some touring coming up and some recording, which I really want to get done. We have a lot of songs that have been sitting around, and touring is a little difficult for a band like us. It's expensive. It needs to be the right moment with the right situation. So for us, it's like we would keep busy making new music and recording new music. You know what I mean? Yeah. Until the time is right for us to do that. But yeah, probably in the summertime we're gonna head out.
Now you keep mentioning new material already. So will this EP, get to see the light of day as far as the tour goes, or by the time you guys are touring, you're looking at a new record?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but yeah, I hope to tour on this record. We've been playing the songs already for quite a bit, so I'm eager to put out new material though, and play old songs and new songs. I'm into playing.
When you're in the studio with the rest of your members, it's 3 of you in total, right? So with all 3 of you in the studio, what is that the environment like?
It's very easy and chill. Sometimes the arrangement, the playing and the recording is the easy part. The arrangements and what happens at what time is the more difficult part. For us, it's really easy. Cliff and I have been playing for like 15 years.
Yeah,
my drummer.
You guys grew up together, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's like we don't even have to discuss half the things anymore. And Mario, our bass player, he's like I've known him for 20 years, you know what I mean? Again, we don't really have to discuss too much because everyone's kind of on the same page for the most part. So a lot of the times it's a matter of just getting it done, and then after the tracking is done, then we start piecing things together. But things are usually fast. We usually are very prepared, you know what I mean? We play the songs a lot before we go to the studio.
Right.
So we can just get in and get out. You know what I mean?
You already know the do's and don'ts, right?
Exactly.
Now, lastly, for those that haven't heard your music, there's tons of bands out there. There's always new projects, new albums to listen to. Why should people listen to your music, and what is so different about your music?
It's hard for me to be a salesman, but to be honest, we're just honest people, and we make music from our hearts, and that's all we care about. We're not interested in anything else. Things fall into place, but for us, it's like we just keep on making music and hope that people enjoy it.
Right. Awesome, dude. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. You guys be sure to check out The Black and the White. Pick up their new EP that's out now, and it's called
My Heart is Compromised.
And it's available where?
Everywhere, online, everywhere.
There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe here on Front Row Live ENT.